His heart is full of hate. He butthurts, cries, and a dark shadow falls over this troll. From the ashes of a once great fandom has risen a meme, an LOL that must be liked. We look to the airwaves for a vindicator, someone to strike fear in the dark basement of the parents who created him. The battle between fan and smart has begun. With a head on his shoulders stands the smart fan, a speaker of truths, with a voice of silence, and a radio show of justice. This is Ring Rust.
Right into it, I guess. TNA's One Night Only Live, which took place on January 6th, and the next one took place on January 7th, but they're not going to show it until February, so the results for that are there. Anyway. So, nice to see they're still doing some live shows. So, let's get into it, I guess, and then talk about it as much as I'm inclined to talk about it. Not that I'm not inclined to talk about it, but just to, give it as much, because I just watched it yesterday and the day before on my tablet. So, it was a moderately fun show, not super stellar or anything, just, So, starting things off, we saw Bobby Lashley defeating Davey Richards in a Bobby Lashley's gonna punch you in the face a whole lot match, and Davey Richards got some offense in, but for the most part, it was Bobby Lashley kind of in control of it. I didn't get to preview this because, I did the Ring Rust Top 50 Year in Countdown over the past 2 weeks, so I never really got a chance to preview this. I could have, I suppose, if I wanted to do a special edition of Ring Rust REDUX, but oh well. It was about as much as I would have expected out of a Bobby Lashley-Davey Richards match. Nothing against Davey Richards, just ... Oh, but Bobby Lashley's in MMA, though. Yeah, isn't that like saying you're big in Japan? So, you're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. Next up, the four-way elimination match for the TNA X Division Championship. DJZ defended his title against Andrew Everett, Braxton Sutter, and Trevor Lee. Andrew Everett was first eliminated by DJZ with a roll-up. Then Braxton Sutter was eliminated by Trevor Lee with, again with a roll-up. And Trevor Lee himself was defeated, of course, by DJZ after a ZDT, a rolling thunder into a jumping DDT, basically is what that move is. And, of course, that means DJZ defended his title. I think it was probably the most entertaining match of the night. Most of the rest of it was entertaining before or after. But that was, I think, the match, or possibly just one of the matches that was the most entertaining during the match, I think. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. And Bram defeated Robbie E in a I'm going to beat up Robbie E for 8 minutes match. Because he beat up Robbie E for 8 minutes, more or less. I mean, Robbie E got some offense in, but, he's a hybrid athlete now, so he can be beaten by various fighting styles, not just in the one for wrestling. So, yeah. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. The Moose defeated Mike Bennett with a no-holds-barred match. It wasn't for the Impact Grand Championship, as much as it probably maybe could have been, I guess. But, it was a decent enough match to begin, all the same. Yeah, Mike Bennett put up a good fight, and so did Moose, and ultimately, Moose came out on top. I don't know if they're going to continue their feud, or if it's just going to be wipe their hands of it and move on. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. Next, is another match that that was slightly more entertaining before it started, and then it wasn't, not that it was a bad match, it's just, so Marche Rocket took on Mahabali Shera in a losing effort, unfortunately. It only took about 6 minutes, but it was an entertaining 6 minutes. I don't know how many times they plugged Al Snow's school during that match, but it was an awful lot. So, maybe it's just me. And, yeah, it was alright. You were listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. And next up, we saw Rosemary defending her Knockout Championship against Sienna in an equally hard-fought match, but, like, a little bit longer. And, 9 minutes. Had some interesting Rosemary moments, I guess we'll call them, where she was, like, when Sienna knocked her down, and she had, like, her legs bent up underneath her, and then she just sat up, and, she powered herself up when Sienna turned around, so it was something to see. You were listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. James Storm, with Bram and Kingston in his corner, defeated Jesse Goddards in a singles match, which was kind of sort of a 3-on-1 match, as long as the referee's back was turned. He never really got caught. Came close a couple of times, but anyway. I did enjoy Jesse Goddard's promo at the beginning of the match. Once again, it was a little bit more entertaining before the match started, but anyway. You were listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. And then the World Tag Team Championships were on the line when the Broken Hardys, Broken Matt and Jeff Hardy, formerly Brother Nero, now back to being just Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma. Or the enigma of charisma. Or I don't know what Matt would call it. Where they defeated Eli Drake and Tyrus, what they call them, the Legion of Dummies? Yes. That was a keen enough name. Once again, a little bit more entertaining before the match started. I don't know how I should feel about that, but anyway. Their promos are decent enough. Their wrestling's decent enough. Their promos for this particular show seem to be a bit better than their matches. You were listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. And the main event saw Eddie Edwards defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Ethan Carter III in match-wise probably the best, maybe the second best, maybe. I think maybe tied for the X Division match for the best match of the night, perhaps. It was decent enough. Wasn't great, wasn't stupendous, wasn't bad. So, it was what it was. Ethan Carter III did what he could to make it entertaining, but there's only so much so much one person can do. And Eddie Edwards is a fine enough champion. I'm guessing he's probably just holding on to it until they pick someone else to be champion. Nothing against the guy, it's just, I don't know. Is it just me, or does he just not look like a champion? Tag champion, yes, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Ah, it's sticking! Seek and ye shall find, or I'll flick your ear.
You were listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. Former WWE Tag Team Champion Fred Ottman, otherwise known as Tugboat, Typhoon, and Shockmaster, was hospitalized on Tuesday morning in St. Petersburg, Florida, according to his wife Sheila on Facebook. Sheila wrote later that evening that Fred was very sick and that the infection he had was very scary. She then noted early Wednesday morning that Fred was alert and talking. The latest update came on Wednesday afternoon, as she wrote that Ottman was still very weak and sick, but is expected to be better in a few days. Fans who want to drop Tugboat a letter or card can mail it to St. Anthony's Hospital, C.O. Fred Ottman, 145 5th Avenue North, St. Petersburg, Florida, 33701. As noted earlier in the week, Ottman is one of the rumored names for the 2017 WWE Hall of Fame class, with the late John Tenta as Earthquake. The two held the WWE Tag Team titles together as the Natural Disasters. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. As noted, The Undertaker vs. John Cena is no longer on the books for WrestleMania 33 after Vince McMahon changed his mind on the match. Regarding Taker's WrestleMania opponent, sources are noting that he'll be facing a Raw superstar. No word yet on who that may be. It's also been reported that Taker will not be wrestling Braun Strowman, despite the tease on this week's Raw. It's likely we'll see some sort of interaction between Taker and Braun in the 30-man Royal Rumble, but to play off the tease from Raw this week. Regarding Cena versus Taker, speculation had the Chain Gang Commander defeating WWE Champion AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, and Taker winning the Rumble main event, setting up Taker versus WWE Champion Cena in Orlando. Reports are saying that the original plan had Taker going into WrestleMania with the WWE title. No word on how they planned on getting it onto him, but that was the original plan. While we don't know The Undertaker's WrestleMania opponent yet, it's also been reported that he won't be challenging for any title. So, there's that.
This is 93.5 CHMR FM.
Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkJabroni, and subscribe to Jabronology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkjabroni. Macho Fact. Randy Savage has found the end of the rainbow. And the Macho Man doesn't need to learn how to train his dragon. Nikki Cross versus Peyton Royce versus Billie Kay versus WWE NXT Women's Champion Asuka in a fatal four-way is now official for the January 28th NXT TakeOver San Antonio event during Royal Rumble weekend. Here's the rest of the updated card for that TakeOver. NXT title match will see Bobby Roode challenging Shinsuke Nakamura. The Authors of Pain will be going up against DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa for the tag team titles. And Eric Young will be taking on Ty Dillinger. That's all they got so far. I don't know if they're going to add more. That's 4 matches for 2 hours, so I'm sure they can manage that. They may add 1 or 2 more matches. Who knows? I suspect, even with this setup, though, for the women's title, I suspect I'm still going to be celebrating a triumphant title defense for my secret girlfriend, Asuka. And I'll probably be doing it with more Guns N' Roses.
Hey, this is Chris Jericho of Fozzy in the Steve East of Canada, and you're listening to 93.5 right here.
Wait for it. Oops.
Ew, my inside!
Oh, mommy!
You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. Former WWE, ECW, and WCW star Perry Saturn took to Facebook and asked fans to donate to a GoFundMe page as he's just, quote, a week or 2 away, unquote, from being homeless. Saturn, who has battled numerous health issues over the years, gets emotional when talking about how he has nothing left and ends the video abruptly. You can access the GoFundMe page via GoFundMe.com/Perry Saturn. This is the same campaign set up 3 months ago, and as of this reading, they have raised $22,792 of the $100,000 goal. like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkJabroni. And subscribe to Jabronology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkjabroni. God. What does this guy want? If I can have your attention, please. I just received an email from the ridiculous Ring Rust general manager. Say, did you hear what happened on Raw this past Monday night? Well, yes, I did. I did see Raw Monday night, and I did see that we have quite the delightful new champion. Winning his first in WWE anyway. I'm not sure if he did so in WCW where the belt had its origins. But his first WWE United States Championship, I'm pretty sure. Chris Jericho. Congratulations. That's it for another show, kiddies. Check me out on Facebook, where you can keep track of all the news that's right on the mark, from around ringside to the latest concerts. See you at the shows. Later days.
This is 93.5 CHMR FM.